Welcome back. We're going to take a little change of pace here on the show tonight and talk a little music and maybe a little sports as well with our next guest. He has a new album coming out very soon. The name of the album, Pills and Ammo, and this is in the 20s, I'm sure, 24, 25 as far as albums this guy has put out. And in my eyes, he's a legendary rocker out of the Jersey Shore scene. We're talking about Southside Johnny Lyon joining us in studio. Johnny, thanks for coming in. Welcome to Sports on One.
Thank you.
Does it, after all these years, nearly 30, 40 in the business, still get as exciting for you putting out a new album?
This album, yeah. Has? I mean, this album really came out much better than I thought. I mean, part of that is due to the guy who mixed it, Nico Bolas, down in Nashville. I loved the songs, I loved how the band played and everything like that, but he just took it to another level. And so when I finally heard the final mixes and mastering, I went, yeah, and the band is really at one of its peaks at this point. So I'm looking forward to playing.
And you're going to be playing June 5th at BB King's in the city before you go on a little bit of a bigger tour, and you're going to do the album in its entirety, or is that?
Yeah, that's going to be actually the kickoff for the press, because the press won't come to New Jersey. So we're going to do BB King's on the 5th and hopefully have a lot of press come, and we're going to do the album start to finish and then play a lot of other songs and have fun. And then July 2nd, I think it is, we're going to play down in New Jersey.
At a place called the Stone Pony.
Stone Pony Outdoors, yeah. and that'll be for the fans because it's a much bigger place, and there's a lot of free beer or something like that. I shouldn't say free beer because now everybody's looking for free beer. No free beer, forget it.
It's interesting that you're here at this time because this week it was announced that New Jersey/New York gets the Super Bowl, and I'm thinking, all right, Bruce has done it. But why not get Bruce, yourself, Little Steven? I mean, you guys should be playing the halftime at 2014.
John Bon Jovi too. He's a big football fan. You know, I think he's got box seats still at the Giant Stadium.
Yeah,
has for
What
years.
did you think when you heard the news? The Super Bowl.
I heard it last night actually, and I thought it was a mistake because we get weather. You know, a lot of those places they play, they don't get any weather. But I think it's great. It's going to be great for New Jersey, great for New York. Although I noticed they said a lot of New York things. They said it's going to be in New York, New Jersey. It's in New Jersey.
We're always second fiddle, though. I live in New Jersey, and I know we're always second fiddle, right? So the new stadium goes up. Bon Jovi opening this week there, your good friend.
Yeah.
The old building pretty much down right now.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of your better memories from the old Giant Stadium, either performance or musical or watching a sports?
The two memories I have is I did the national anthem there when it was the Jets against the Giants. I guess it's Bears Trophy or whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. And I'm standing out there getting ready to go on, and Harry Carson comes running out, and he's this huge guy, and he nearly knocks me over. He's running down the field, screaming at the top of his lungs as fast as he can, and I'm like, "Wah!" And he almost kills me, you know, and I do the anthem, and we sit in the stands, and there's so many fights that we got up and left after the first quarter. The other memory is I was there with my wife from San Francisco. We were playing the 49ers. We were ahead, and right at the very end, they score a touchdown and win the game, San Francisco, and she stands up, the only person in the stadium, goes, "Yay!" And I went, "Ooh," and I started to move away from her. People were
She wasn't wearing a Montana jersey.
No, she just got a little excited, you know, and I said, "Sit down, you're going to, oh, good."
Right.
And they were angry, too. A lot of people around us were very angry. So.
But it makes you, Bruce wrote the song Wrecking Ball, right, during the end of his tour, and you listen to it and you start thinking about all the memories you have at this place. And I even know on his the last tour out, every time he played a place in like Nassau Coliseum, he would always talk about the old buildings. And it seems like in the music business, at least when you play the big places, a lot of the old places go by the wayside. And a
lot of clubs too. I mean, we've closed down and opened up clubs over the years. I mean, it has been like 40 years now, or 35 for the Jukes. And you go into a place and you open it up, and then 10 years later they say, "Can you come and play our last show?" Okay, we've done that a number of times too. But as long as there's an audience, it really doesn't matter. There's a lot of great memories in a lot of places that I have that are gone, but it's always the future for me. I always look forward to the next place and the next town we've never been in. Now with the new album, the chance to do new material. So I'm always looking ahead. I rarely look behind. I mean, I've had a great life, but I've got more to live, you know.
And sports-wise, with the new buildings, you have the new Yankee Stadium, the new Citi Field, and you were telling me that you are a pretty big Yankee fan from your days growing up down the shore.
No, that's right. I remember watching Mickey Mantle and all the rest of them on this little TV, black and white TV, with my father and I leaning in to try to see it on the 9-inch screen, and he would hit these huge home runs. And I've always been kind of a Yankees fan. One of the great things about going overseas during the season is you get the Herald Tribune, International Herald Tribune, and they just give you the standings, and you got to imagine all the things that happen, and you watch your team go up and down. And baseball's a terrific game to just read about and look at statistics and standings and things like that, because you can imagine what happens.
And is it true what they say, musicians want to be athletes and vice versa? Athletes would love to be rock stars?
I think so, yeah. We've had a lot of athletes come up and say, can we play? and I always wanted to be the shortstop for the Yankees, but
yeah. Well, Bernie had the chance to do it with Bruce, actually, and played with him
Yeah.
at one of the Joe Torre functions. So,
well, we had Hulk Hogan play bass one time.
That's true. That's great.
Yeah, it's one of those strange moments in your life. We were playing in Hackensack, and he came up and goes, I play bass. I said, fine. You know, what am I going to say? And we did Mustang Sally, and he played bass.
Wow, that's great. So now the new album. Give us a little bit. It's called Pills and Ammo. What are some of the songs about? Where is it as far as it bluesy? Is it more rock?
Very much more rock and roll. It's two guitars. My erstwhile guitar player, Bobby Bandiera, who's out with John Bon Jovi now, he plays. But we brought in a second guitar player to get that two-guitar sound, and it was Andy York from John Mellencamp, and he was just a spark. He was great. He came in full of life. He's got the real rock and roll attitude, and he played great, and they played perfectly off each other. And it made it a much more rock and roll album, which is what I wanted. The songs I wrote were, with Jeff Kazee, my keyboard player, were very guitar-oriented songs, even though he doesn't play guitar and I only play a little. And, you know, there's some anger in it, and there's a lot of aggression in it, but it isn't nasty or anything like that. Not too nasty. It's just a real rock and roll album.